Okay, today is February 1st. It is Tuesday. For my 4th and 6th period math class, the projects were due today, the Kenta Cloth projects, parents and students. This project, students have had this project for over a week now. We put on our blogs the date that it was due, in addition to it also being written on our boards and us mentioning it daily. Some of the students still did not have their projects today, even though they've had the project for a pretty good amount of time to complete. So if your child did not turn their project in, they need to get that turned in as soon as possible, as it was due today. In my 4th period math class with Miss King, the homework for tonight is work text page 180. We're currently going over similar figures. We're also doing similar figures in my math class with Miss Walker in 6th period. However, the homework is the practice A worksheet. There is one correction to the retakes on the prior test of Unit 4. Those retakes will begin Thursday morning. If your child has any questions about anything that's going on, also keep in mind that we do Math Now Tuesday morning, Thursday morning, Friday morning, and also Tuesday afternoon. Now, parents, I do want to stress that the Tuesday morning, Thursday morning, and Friday morning sessions are for the children to bring in something, whether it's homework or classwork, that they need help with. More and more, we're getting students who we ask them, what are they there for? And they're simply telling us because their parents forced them to come. And so they're coming empty-handed with nothing to do and nothing to work on. And that is not the design of the program. Finally, for my 5th period class, we're currently working on rotations. Parents, your child should have came home with this worksheet that says rotations. They should have been working on this, and actually they should already be finished with this. I'm going to give a demonstration on how to do the rotations just to clear up any confusion. So hopefully this will be beneficial to the student and the parent. So we're looking at this worksheet, rotations, and if your child properly graphed those 4 coordinates, it would look like this. And the figure is, as you can see, a square located in quadrant 1. Again, quadrants go in the form of a C, meaning this is quadrant 1, 2, 3, and down here is quadrant 4. Again, we're currently in quadrant 1. So when you rotate anything, you can rotate either clockwise or counterclockwise. We know just from looking at a clock, clockwise goes to the right, whereas counterclockwise goes backwards to the left. So if you look at number 3, it says complete a 90-degree counterclockwise rotation. Now, if you look at this, if you do a 90-degree rotation counterclockwise, that's backwards, and it puts you in quadrant 2. So let's physically make that rotation. Now you have to readjust your perception at this point, because now this is quadrant 1, this is quadrant 2, this is quadrant 3, and this is quadrant 4. If you know your coordinate plane, here's the origin. To the left are negative numbers. If you go up, those are positive numbers on the y. So now let's look at this. What has our new A became after we rotated 90 degrees counterclockwise? We start from the origin, and our new A became negative 8 up positive 3. Again, remember, this is now quadrant 2. So let's look at our B. We start from the origin again. We're going to go over 1, negative 1, up positive 3. So Again, our A would be -8, +3. Our B, -1, +3. And so our C would be over -1 up +11. Again, it's kind of difficult doing it this way, but -1 up +11. Now let's look at point D. You would go over -8 up +11. That's rotating 90 degrees counterclockwise. Okay? Now, let's go back to where we were originally. We were in quadrant 1, as you can see. Now, for number 5, it says to rotate 180 degrees counterclockwise. If you look closely, that's going to put us in quadrant 3. Originally, we're in 1. 90 degrees counterclockwise puts us in 2. Another 90 degrees, which makes 180, is going to land us in quadrant 3. So what we're going to do, we're going to rotate our board until we get to quadrant 3. So, 90 degree rotation, we're in quadrant 2. 180 degree rotation, as you can see, we're now in quadrant 3. Now, if you know about the coordinate plane, here's our origin. All of these numbers on the x are negative, and then all these numbers going down on the y are also negative. So now, let's look at our new A. We started here. To get to our new A, we're going to go over -3, and then we're going to go down -8. So now, again, with this being in quadrant 3, our new A is -3, -8. Our new B would be -3, because you're going to go over 3, negative, down 1. So -3, 1. Our new C is -11, -1. And our new D will be -11, -8. Now we're going to straighten our board back up again to where we were originally in quadrant 1. So we've already done 90 degrees counterclockwise, 180 degrees counterclockwise, and now you guessed it, 270 degrees counterclockwise will put us right in quadrant 4. So let's adjust. 90 degrees puts us in quadrant 2. 180 degrees put us in quadrant 3. And 270 degrees will put us in quadrant 4. Now, from the origin, you go over the x-axis, those are all positive numbers. You go down on the y, those are all negative. So, if we look at our point A, we would go over 8, down 3. So it would be +8, -3. B would become +1, -3. C would become +1, -11. And D becomes 8, -11. And there you have it. Now, if it seems confusing at all, the best thing to do for parents and students to watch this video again together. If you have some graph paper at home, practice it. Work through some examples. It may seem a little bit confusing, but it's really not once you get the hang of it. So again, sit down, look at the video, see if you can work through it. If you still have any questions, please just ask. Thank you.